just like I'm saying all of this about the mandem, I feel like the next part of that testosterone, beating your chest, finding a challenge, doing stoic things that are tough and challenging, just like that is a part of the mandem, the manhood, the testosterone. Guess what else is? Providing and protecting.
Nah, secure the bag with 1017 Scoochie. Yeah, Puerto Rico, East Atlanta, well, Miami. My money machine go beep, I love the sound that it make. Plus all the racks I'm count, I think that my machine about to break. Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These private flights, Miami nice, these Gucci bags full of cash. So when Tay Sweat from Puerto Rico, we go hard for the cheese. It's all legit, we making grip, they think I'm still selling keys. I just Cartier my eyes.
So as we mentioned earlier, we not trusting men who are not getting married, especially as they get the success and they get the age. They're starting to age. They're starting to get to a certain area where they should be married, right? They should be married on some type of level, right? That is what pretty much struck the conversation to say, hey, let's talk about that today. So we're gonna talk about why is it that I don't trust men who aren't married, especially once they have the money, have the, stability, let's say that, and they're still not married, right? Now, it's nothing against people's character. It's nothing against, I think somebody even earlier said, well, Tay, what if they just don't believe in marriage? I'm okay with that. That's still totally fine, right? That's still totally fine. Some people don't believe in marriage. Some people don't think killing is wrong. Some people don't think that. I got a family member right now. I ain't gonna mention who it is. I got a family member right now that thinks what's mine is his, right? So if I got money laying around, it's like, oh yeah, I'll take that. It's my brother, right? That's mine too, right? I don't give a fuck what your logic or reasoning behind what you do is. I don't want to be around that shit. So once again, you may not believe in marriage. You may not think that killing is wrong. You may not think that stealing is wrong. Or you may not think that it's stealing because you family. I don't care. I personally don't want it around me. Right? I don't want it around me. So with that being said, yes, as me, right? And one of the things I think that we get wrong in this culture is the whole cancel culture. We'll cancel you because you have your ways of thinking, because you have your standards, because you have your, tolerances, right? They'll cancel you like, oh, that's a bad way to have tolerance. Why would you have that as zero tolerance? Cancel. I didn't like that, right? But guess what? Everybody has standards. Everybody has tolerances. Everybody has preferences, right? And so that's just one of mine, right? And so as we get into this whole marriage thing, and things around it, we're gonna have a really good conversation about it, because I think it's something that needs to be said. So we got about 200 people here. Love y'all. Let's see. Let's talk about it. I met a guy in his late 40s that had been divorced for some time, which is fine. I did the math. She said, me, wait a minute. You've been in these streets for 20 years? That's clearly where you want to be. And that's fine. Once again, nothing against that, right? Nothing against that. And so the reason why I'm mentioning this is because, like I said earlier, this was a me preference, me, right? As a man who's married, as a man who is moving a certain way with integrity, moving with a certain state of urgency, moving with a certain state of, it would still be integrity, but I'm almost thinking like moving. The way I move is I move knowing I have someone else's name at stake here, right? Or let me say it this way. I have my name at stake that affects someone else with my name, right? And so that's why for me personally, it's hard for me to, I'm not gonna say trust, but do business with or commingle with or even like lock in with someone who's not married. Why? Because I'm telling you, marriage. So let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down real quick. All right. The way I see mandom, the state of manhood, I see manhood a lot of times as stoic, right? That's literally, I think if we're talking about testosterone and what makes, what's the definition of testosterone? Testosterone almost says that we like to do things that are tough, right? Like we like a challenge. That's testosterone. If you ask me, testosterone is, hey, I see something heavy. Let me see if I can pick this shit up, right? Hey, I see a challenge. Let me see if I can overcome that challenge. Hey, I see something that needs to be, you see what I'm saying? That needs to be protected. Let me see if I can protect it, right? I've always been like that. It's the true test. That's right. It's the truest test of manhood, right? And so for me, I've always been in that position where even if I wasn't fighting for a woman or you know, protecting a woman, I would protect the weaker versions of us, right? Like if I saw a bully picking on a kid who was, you know, skinny kid, or I even saw this like a, what would you call them? Like a mentally ill, mentally challenged individual. And I would see people picking on. I'm like, nah, bro, like come pick on me, motherfucker. Like no. You're not gonna pick on him because he can't defend himself. I can fight, so you come over here and you pick on me, right? And so that's, to me personally. Once again, these are just personal definitions or personal identifications, if you ask me, of what I think it is to be a man and be more testosterone dominant. I just think that's what we strive to. I watch my son as he ages, right? And as he's growing, he likes challenges, right? He'll see something, he know he can't pick it up, and he'll go, right? Trying to pick it up. It's just what we do, right? We like challenging people. My son know for a fact he can't beat me at anything right now. But that little man will challenge me all day. All day. I tell him to sit down or I tell him to do something. He'll look at me like, if I don't, what you gonna do? And if I get up, he'll still like challenge me like, let me see if you're gonna hold your word, big man. Let me see if you're gonna hold your word. You gonna get up and do something, or you just playing. And so that's that challenge that I'm talking about, right? You can see it in the youth. You can see it in TJ Very Risky, right? And so you can see it in the youth, man. Like people are gonna challenge you, right? Y'all can see it here. You're gonna get men in the same room. Now I'm not the biggest fan of this, and you know I keep an eye on it. But you get men in the same room who are aiming for, you know, success or financial success at least, right? And we all kind of beat our chests or whatnot. But you'll see people here right on this chat, right? It'll happen once in a while, and I don't know if y'all pay attention to it, but you get men who say little snarky shit to me all the time, little underhanded ass compliments, and I watch them. I'm like, okay, motherfucker. I might have to shoot you. Like, it just is what it is. Like, I pay attention to people, right? And I be listening to these little backhanded ass compliments and people who, you know, I listen and I watch and I don't say, look, I won't say anything, right? I won't say anything. I just watch you, right? And I move. I'm very strategic in how I move. And I'm like, okay. And y'all know me, right? I'll tell you where support and resistance areas are and targets on charts. I'll tell you stuff from years ago, like, oh yeah, that's a target on the S&P 500 that needs to get hit. It's at 375 on the SPY or 3750 on the SPX, and it needs to get hit. And that target was shown to us back in May 2022. Right? Like that, like I have a memory, like a crazy memory, and I will remember stuff. And yeah, I remember all the little snarky comments and shit, right? I remember, right? And so yeah, and I move accordingly. Right? And I'm not gonna give my whole strategies out, but I know who you motherfuckers are, right? but yeah, it's just what it is though. And see the reason why I let some of it slide, but I keep you close and I watch you. So I realize it's part of manhood, right? It's part of manhood, but part of manhood is also respect, right? It's respect. So, you don't say certain things, you don't do certain things to people. But as we get into it, I definitely feel like, shit, they need you before you need them. That's right. um, to be, that's funny. I appreciate your apology, fam. It's all good. But I'll say this. I feel like, just like I'm saying all of this about the mandem, I feel like the next part of that testosterone, beating your chest, finding a challenge, doing stoic things that are tough and challenging, just like that is a part of the mandem, the manhood, the testosterone. Guess what else is? Providing and protecting, building, right? And so once again, I have an issue with men who run from and try to escape responsibility, building. You can't build an empire without a wife. As a man, you can't build an empire. You can't build a full on. You just can't. You can't. I'm sorry, y'all. There's no way to do it. We don't know any single people who owns like Walmart level companies, right? Now, I'll say this. Maybe they became single, but they didn't get there single-handedly. Right? They didn't. And I'm even gonna go out on a limb. Some people, somebody said, yeah, you gotta pick the right wife. I'm gonna say this, right? The right wife is gonna look different based on who you are and where you are in your journey. Because the right wife for a person right now and where they are might not be the same right wife for them 10 years, 20 years from now, right? Once you crack $1 billion, and the reason why is because people don't grow together, right? So it's like the right person. I give you an example. I like to use my personal experiences. My first wife, if somebody's like, could you go back? If you could go back, would you do anything different? No. The woman I married at, or woman I got with at, 23, 24, and then ended up marrying at 28, I wouldn't have changed anything. If I had to do it all over, I'd marry that woman. Same, like we date, I'd marry her, do the same damn thing. Why? Because that's who I needed right there. Right? At that point, that's who I needed. She was great for me then, right? Unfortunately, and this happens in life, we got to moving, and somewhere in the movement, we did this. Right? And we got to moving on our own, right? And that happens in marriages, right? If you do not stay intertwined, locked in, if you do not move together, or sometimes thought patterns just change where it's like, you know what? I thought I wanted this when we first got together, but I no longer want that. My values have changed. And if values don't change together, yeah, things happen, right? And so that's why I'm not against divorce. Let me say that, right? Because we were raised by some people who they would just, once you get married, that's it. I don't care why you picked the person, how early you picked the person that you married, and the time you were in ain't the time you in now. You need to stay together, right? And we were told that you need to stay married, you need to stay together for death do you part, right? And so we got to see our mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. We got to see them grow into angry ass people, right? Because some of them didn't grow together. They didn't like the same things. I tell you now, my ex-wife and I was vegan, she wasn't. She was Christian, I wasn't. She wanted, she wanted to work jobs, get rich slow, pay taxes without trying to take loopholes. I wanted to get rich faster. I wanted to save in taxes and utilize the loopholes that have been legally established, right? It was just two different people. Two different people. And so, once again, I'm one of those people. I'm like, no, if we are doing this, there is no reason to try to keep this thing together, right? I said this is getting deep. I love it. I love it. Let's see, just completely different views of the world. That's right. That's it. You must grow together, but the long-term foundation needs to be set upon agreement. That's right. That's it. The relationship and experience was in preparation for your new now. Oh, I like that, Vita. Yeah, absolutely. You have to be on the same page before you get married. Absolutely. And see, but that's the thing though, that page, you can be on the same page. Think if you start a book, marriage is the book. You start a book, y'all on the same page. You open that book. You're like, okay, page 1. You lick your finger. Page 2. Okay, y'all both on page 2. Page 3. Things are going great. Page 4, right? And then you get to page 5, and somebody's like, whoa. I didn't get to really comprehend page 3, 4. I'm going to go back to page 3 and 4 because I really like what was said there. I want to go and highlight some things and then sit with the message on page 3 and 4. And then the other person, I'm probably this person. Another person's like, no, we're on page 5. I got page 3 and 4 already. Let's go 6. And then the other person sits at 3. I'm on 7. The other person goes to 4. I'm on 8. The other person's still on 4, highlighting and sitting in what they like on page 4. Think about that. Think about that. They're sitting on page 4 because they like what they like the message. They felt good. Man, page 4 felt so good. That was deep. A bunch of bars on page 4. We were going out dating. It was so raw. I had a girl today. She said, it's so romantical. I done dated some ratchet women in my life too, man. So y'all don't worry about that. But she's on page 4 because it was so romantical. It was so great. I was in love and I don't want to let go of page 4. This is around the time where things were nice. Y'all know that little first period of when you first start dating, you gain a little weight because you eating, sleeping, and effing. You just hunching, dating, and taking a nap after you hunch. Right? You just keep it going. Hunch and munch. That's right, Eon. You just hunching and munching. And before you know it, you're like, damn, I done gained 15 pounds because I've skipped the gym so I can hunch and munch a little bit more, right? I've gotten off my routine because I'm enjoying hunching and munching, right? And so what ends up happening is the hunching and munching phase feels so great that some people tend to want to hold on to the hunch and munch stage on page 4. But life continues on and the other person's like, no, I'm gaining too much weight. I got to get back in the gym. I know we used to hunching and munching and, because when y'all I know at least me, when you first get together, I'm hitting you in the morning. We're going to go to breakfast or brunch. After we take a little nap. we go after lunch or brunch. We might do a little something, as far as like, maybe we got to handle a little business, whatever it may be. Traffic, getting back, whatever, right? We're going to go to dinner, right? Or we're going to have dinner. And then we're going to hunch after we munch again, right? I'm talking about 2-3 times a day on page 4, right? And so some people get stuck, and it can be men or woman, but some people get stuck on page 4. And they're like, I don't want this to go away. I really like page 4. So why are we moving on? Right? That's right. The honeymoon phase is a beast. Facts. And so what ends up happening is, family said, "Tay, you making her fall in love with all of that, right?" And so what ends up happening is though, is eventually I'm gonna snap out of it and go, wait a minute, I'm gaining too much weight. So that first like the page 4, where I would wake up and wait for you to wake up so I can hunch on you and then we can go munch. I stopped doing that. Why? Because I gotta get back to the gym. I work out in the mornings. So baby, you keep sleeping in, because women, y'all ass sleep in a lot. Like I don't know what it is. Like men, we up 6 o'clock, 5 a.m. Fellas, if you're not getting up at 5, 6, maybe 7 a.m. and you're not where you want to be financially, that may be why. I'll just say that, right? Financially and or physically. It could be because you're sleeping in with the women. All right, so I'm gonna say this. At that point, I started getting up. Page 4 was fun, right? But I gotta get back to my routine because I'm getting fat, baby. And I need to be personally the man that you fell in love with. The one you started letting hunch. Right? I gotta stay that man. So guess what? I gotta get up. I gotta go work out while you sleep. And so it starts changing because now I gotta work out, but now I'm getting back on my routine. So you used to hanging out all day. Well, I got work to do too, baby. So I gotta get to work. I gotta go knock some things out. I need to study. I need to chart. I need to, you see what I'm saying? I got all these things I need to be doing. It's gonna take a little time, baby. I can't be here hunching and munching all day. And so once again, page 4, she loved it. I just want to hunch and munch, handle a little business, and then hunch and munch again. I'm on page 9, 10 now, where I'm getting back to my regular routine, but sprinkling in the hunch and munch and, romance, right? And so what ends up happening is, you end up growing apart. And so page 4 becomes page 5 for this person. I'm on page 15, right? And I'm picking up new ideas and learning new stuff as I'm reading, right? And I'm moving. And once again, she still want to hunch and munch. She still, every now and then, while she on page 6 and I'm on page 20, every now and then she'll still go back to page 4 like, damn, I missed that. That was so dope of a page. Then she go back to chapter 6, or she go back to page 6. I'm on page 29, right? I'm third through the book now. She's still looking at page 4 through 6 because she really liked what was said or done on those pages. And so once again, that's kind of how it works, okay? And so don't get me wrong. I get the whole thing around why some people have their preferences and things like that. But getting back to, I said get her a coloring book. But getting back to, and hold on, Gigi, I want to actually read through your, you put a nice message up. I was very fit when I met my husband. He said he wanted to go work out with me after work. But I get to his house and he say, let's just stay in. I know. One and only one time he did that, it made it clear, you don't have to work out with me. But you're not keeping me from working out. Facts. He got fit with me. Oh, he did. So he ended up getting fit with you though. Okay, good. But yeah, that's the thing, Gigi. I wanted to read that because that's something that happened with a lot of people. Right? It's something happened on, family said, ain't no hunching and munching on page 27. Oh, it's plenty of hunching and munching. But what happens is you got to add regular life in there, right? You got to add regular life in there. And that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of mentioning what I'm mentioning with, not trusting the person that's, not married or wanting to do business with somebody who's not married, right? Because you can't even understand my way of thinking, right? If you putting, hunching and munching as your top priority, we not the same people. And I definitely don't want to commingle funds with your ass. I definitely don't want you in my business talking about, I got to get my hunch and munch on, man. I'm like, man, fuck all of that. We got money to make. Like, at this point, I'm up here. I'm trying to get this bread. Because what happens, fellas, and see, this is what a lot of men don't want to listen to or realize. Don't get me wrong. She might not be with you for your money, big dog. She might not be with you for your money. But she's with you for who you are with the money. Okay? I'm going somewhere with this. She's with you because of who you are with the money. Now, the reason why I say that is because I know a lot of men, and this is not even money make you who you are. No. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much swag you got. I don't care how confident you are in your step. If I add a little more money to your balance sheet, if I add a little more wealth to who you are, you just get a little more pep in your step. Before you know it, you walking around like, I'm the man. You might do that while you broke, but still, if you walk around like you the man when you broke, let me put a little more money in your pocket. Your strut get even a little more, right? You walk up with your chest out a little bit more, right? You turn into a different man. It's that confidence that most women love, right? And so, no, she might not be with you for your money per se. She's with you because of who you are with the money. Because y'all don't realize, dudes, I know I do. I get depressing as hell when I ain't got no money, right? I get depressing because there's things I want to do for my woman. There's things I want to do for myself. There's things I want to be able to fly, and I want to be able to travel here and buy this house and do that. I'm depressed. And that depression kicks off on the woman. So now I start treating her different. I get a little, we supposed to be hanging out watching a movie, and I'm grouchy just because I'm watching something on a movie that maybe there's a man on a movie buying flowers for his wife, and I'm thinking, I can't get them fucking flowers. Right? Why the fuck we watching this? Cut this shit off. You turn into a different man. People don't understand that. And so once again, she's not with you because of your money per se. She's with you because of who you are when you have the money. Right? So, that being said, I'm wary of men who are putting hunching and munching before getting this bread. Right? Getting this money, getting this, building this legacy, building this wealth. I'm a little wary of these people. Why? Well, because 9 times out of 10, if you're putting hunching and munching before the money, you're going to do that pretty much throughout our whole journey. You become a liability. And what I've noticed is people who put hunching and munching before the money, they show up late sometimes. They show up late because they were probably hunching and munching, or they were probably trying to find their next victim for the hunch and munch dance, right? Once again, you start losing focus. Most men don't understand that marriage is the best thing that happened to you when it comes to focus, because it's like, if I'm married and I'm really signing up to just be with my wife, then I can be focused. Why? Because I call it, so in my book, we're not even talking about that book because the damn publisher that I'm dealing with, they got my book jammed up right now. But anyway, I wrote a book called FU Money, right? And in that book, I talked about in-house ass. In-house ass. What does that mean? I got in-house ass. So when I'm in the urge and my homeboy, he get a little stiff on me, I can just go tap her on her shoulder. Look, baby, let's go back real, go to the left wing of the house. Just real quick, right? Just real quick, right? And then I get back to work, right? There's no need for me to wine and dine somebody. I ain't got to call you and set up a calendar and take you out to dinner and do all of this other shit so I can get that same thing done. No. Right there. Hey, you. Love you. Meet me in the left wing. right? That's just what it is, right? That's just what it is, and that's how I move. Now, every now and then, my wife she might tap me on my shoulder, like, meet me in the left wing. Okay, cool. Let me finish this work real quick. Left wing it is, right? And we get to it, right? We get busy. So in-house ass has been a big hack. Let's call it a hack. It's a success hack. It's a wealth hack, right? And that's right. And if it ain't that easy in your marriage, you might want to run. If it ain't that easy in your marriage, you might want to run. If you can't tap on the shoulder and meet me in, everybody ain't got a left wing. So maybe meet me in the second bedroom, right? Meet me in the bathroom. I don't know. Shit, meet me in a closet. Wherever you gotta go, right? It should be happening, right? And I am one of those people that believe that, if your lady not willing to get at it like that, don't get me wrong, she's gonna be tired sometimes. She's gonna be, sometimes she's gonna have some stuff on her mind. She might not want to do it, but that shit shouldn't stretch very long, right? It should not stretch very long. If I can't see you within the next 24, 48 hours, we got a problem. We got a problem. All right. So just say my wife is Jamaican. I'll be trying to take a break. There you go. You might have to look. Time out. That's all right. That's all right. But yeah, that's just kind of how it is. Now, of course, you gotta set some rules and boundaries, and not even rules, but like you have to set some boundaries. Say, look, if you're busy, if you're trying to reach this, communicate that, right? Communicate that. Hey, I'm trying to do this. Give me some time, baby. Right? Because 9 times out of 10, he or she will understand. Right? If you're trying to reach here and you're saying I'm gonna have to, sacrifice a little bit of the hunch and munch, most wives and husbands will understand that, right? It's usually okay. So just know that that's a thing. So anyway, when we're dealing, so now that I'm talking about this, when we're dealing with a man who says like, nah, I'm good, I don't want to get married, I started looking at you left, because now I'm like, okay, you probably don't want to get married because you out here hunching and munching, which is cool. Enjoy your time. But this is not the season that we're gonna get to, partner in business, right? It's not the season. You're gonna have to stay over there. In most cases, right? Now the reason why is because once again, hunch and munch is your main priority, number one. Number two, even if it's not, I don't like the fact that you have to convince me that it's not. No. Hunch and munch it's not my top priority. Like I'm about my money. I don't even want to have to be convinced, number one. So that's another reason why I'm like, I don't want you to have to convince me. Because the reason why I say this is because men, especially men with money, 9 times out of 10, we know how to talk. We know how to talk. And so you could talk a good game all day, but I'm going to pay attention to your actions. If hunching and munching was not your top priority, then you 9 times out of 10, you probably would be married. Or at least in a committed, long-term committed relationship. Right? So that's another thing. Right? Now, let's get into the list of things that I think married men have that make you favorable as a business partner. Right? Number 1, risk. Risk taking. Because ladies, y'all don't know this. Maybe you do. It's risky as hell for us to marry y'all. Oh boy, it is risky for us to marry y'all. Because there is nothing we get out of it if it goes wrong. It's the biggest risk you're going to take in your life. It is risky. Geraldine said, no, you didn't. Geraldine, look, you're talking to a man that married a woman who was able-bodied and making $150,000 a year. Didn't need shit from me. And after a 2-year marriage, still dropped a fucking bomb on me and said, hey, I want $1 million. I'm like, the fuck you need $1 million for? Like, you're able-bodied. You have a great job. We were only married 2 years. You never needed me. And as a matter of fact, that's part of the reason why I'm asking for a divorce. Because you wanted to be in a position to never need me. But still, $1 million. 1.1 million to be exact. Right? So, risky. Risky, Geraldine. Look, risky. That's risky. And so for me to get back up on the marriage horse a year and a half later, 2 years later, and be like, yeah, Fee, let's go. I'll marry you too. Let's get it. You gotta be a risk taker. You gotta be a risk taker. That's risky. You know how many, like most guys would never get back up on that horse. Ever. That's a 0 DTE with no hedge. That's right. Most people would not get back up on that horse. I'm just being honest with you, right? Just being honest. That's right, especially at my age. Most people would have given up. You know what? Fuck this. Marriage ain't for me. Got me for 1.1 million. I'm done. Right? And let me tell you something. I was in a position, so not just at my age, but at my age with my financial status. You know how many women I could just be, what did Lil Wayne say? I ask a bitch her name and tell her, go board the plane. You know how many people I just be like, hey, come with me. We're going to go get on the jet. Man, you better have some fun up here though. Right? You know how many people I could have just been knocking down on the jet, foot on the seat in the back. You know how much fun I could have just had if I wanted to? If I just wanted to do that? The stage was set for that. Right? The stage was set after that. I could have left the marriage and just, you know, I could have had my fun. Now I did have a little fun, right? A little fun. But once again, there are risks on both sides. There are risks on both sides. So with that being said, that's right, no nose on this flight. You get on this flight, you better know what it is, right? This fucking first class ticket ain't cheap, and it ain't free. But no, to be honest with you, it's risk on both sides. So it's risk to be single as well. That's definitely a big risk, being single. So, for me personally, y'all, I'm looking at some of these comments. That's right. Put me on cloud 9, baby. That's funny. Can weddings be a tax write-off? They can be. You know, you buy the venue, or just start maybe a marriage type of like business. You know, and find ways. I ain't gonna put all of that on the internet, but yeah, that's definitely a way to do it. All right, definitely. The look on my wife's face when she walks in my office and hears Tay's life lesson. I mean, I'm just saying. But see, wifey should also be, on my side with this one, right? Because I'm actually like advocating for marriage, right? I'm actually I'm a marriage-minded guy. Now, the reason why I say the risk is the first thing that I like to see, in men when it comes to marriage, right? Is I like to see the risk that men are willing to take. So if I see you willing to go up and get married and put the risk on the line and say, look, especially if you one of those, if you like me and my wife don't have a prenup. And I know some people like, that's financial irresponsible. No, I'll tell you what, you just, first of all, she gave me a son. First of all, I'll tell you what, you take all this shit, I'll rebuild this shit. And I'm one of them motherfuckers, if you bury me, I'm coming back with a vengeance. I'm a Capricorn, baby. We're vengeful. If something happened to me, I don't even put that in the universe, because ain't nothing, we dying together. But using my ex-wife, right? I gladly handed over that million. I want 1.1 million. You know what? You ain't had none of my kids. You didn't help me build this business, not one bit. You ain't do nothing. Matter of fact, you were counterproductive. You doubted me the whole way. But guess what? Here's your million. Now watch this. The flex for me to be like, here's $1 million and watch me run this race like I know I'm fixing to run this. You got to watch me be number one in the world. Watch me run this race, right? That's how I am. Sometimes I want to be pushed in the grave so I can fucking climb back out. So for me, I'm okay with it. I don't need a prenup. Here, take this shit. I personally think, don't get me wrong, I get why people want to protect what they have and what they've built. Don't get me wrong, because it's smart. I'm just a little stoic. Remember, I told y'all at the beginning, I'm stoic. Yeah, take everything from me so I can show you how great I am. Let me show you how the fuck I do this. Bury me, and let me show you that you can't keep me down. What's up? That's what I'm, a fucking volcano. What's up? Do what you got to do. You can take it all. I'll get it back times 10. What's up? So once again, stoic. You rarely see that in men nowadays, right? Stoic. That's some twisted fucking thinking. Like, wait a minute, you willing to just give it all up? Whatever. Here, take care of my son. Go. I love a challenge. That's just me. And so once again, that's that stoic, energy that I'm talking about, that most men don't have. And if you don't have that, we can't. Business partnerships are just like marriage. If we don't think the same, we can't run the race the same. Essentially, if we're going to do business together, I'm about to tie my right leg to your left leg, right? And so if I run faster than you and you can't keep up with me because your leg just don't move like mine does, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. I need somebody who thinks just like I think. So as I'm taking off and as I'm moving the way I move, you understand exactly how I move and what I'm doing, right? You don't have to be just like me, but you need to think, you need to be stoic. You need to have that same kind of mindset, right? You need to have that same type of mindset. Stoicism is a challenging practice. That's right. It very much so is. And also, Demetrius, I do agree with that. A prenup. You got one foot in, one foot out. Don't get married. It's a fact. And don't get me wrong. I know they're going to say, you're going to get people. Look, I know that this is not the only way to do things. I get it. It's a part of my stoic, nature. I get it. There are going to be lawyers that get on here and say that's financially irresponsible. That's this, that's that, that's that, that's that, that's that. Now, 9 times out of 10, the people who are going to combat me and say that it's financially irresponsible or it's this, is that, is this, is that, 9 times out of 10 don't make more money than I make. Aren't willing to take the risk that I've had to take. They're just not built the same. So of course it's financially irresponsible for you because you're not me, right? And so when it comes to business and doing business with other men, I'm looking for people who are like me. That's it. What's crazy is the folks who be beating their chest for a prenup don't be having to protect. Yeah, they don't have anything to protect for sure. For sure. Yes. These are the men who barely have anything. So once again, Uh, that's what it is. Lady in the ring store said the ring that you buy will be a representation of you. So choose wisely. I like that. I like that. The glow of your woman is the shine you need. That's right. And so, yeah, you know, by the way, that was a dope ring too, man. I like the ring that you bought for your queen. But yeah, man, that's exactly what this is. See, but you do have some convincing motherfucker who get married and then want to get a divorce because they want money like life insurance policy. That's true. That's very true, Jacqueline. And so that comes on the man's behalf. Now, Jacqueline, let me say this. This is on men and women's side, so I'll keep it, you know, even. We usually can tell. Relationships take a little discernment, right? We usually can tell when somebody really not for us. I refuse to believe that you got some really good actors that just bamboozled you. I don't believe that. I think everybody knows and sees red flags, but ignore them. A big ass and a pretty smile will make you ignore that. Make you ignore them red flags, right? Some good head and some nice, you know, experiences on the jet or some nice experiences in the bathroom, wherever y'all doing it, right? Will make you forget and just look over the red flags, right? You push her head down and you pushing the red flag with it. Like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I'm keeping it real, man. Y'all know how I am. I'm keeping it real. And so that, to me, when people say stuff like that, like, well, you know, people out here trying to get me from da-da-da-da. No. You usually know when somebody's after you. And see, this is the unfortunate part about it, especially men with money. Remember I told y'all, don't forget this lesson. Remember I told y'all, I said, look, men with money usually had some type of insecurity when they were 15, 16, right? And so they started making money because they knew they had to make money to cover up the insecurity that they had, whether they were fat like me and felt like I'm fat, sloppy, and ugly. I don't know if this is going to work. I need to get rich. Whether they had a small penis, whether they were, you know, short, whatever it is. Some of them had all four of them. Whatever it is, they had these insecurities, right? Now, because of the society we live in, those insecurities are stacked or built on based on how women treat men. So I remember when I got fat going through my divorce, because I was just hunching and brunching, right? Hunching and munching with Queen Feet, right? But I was still finalizing my divorce. Like it had been on the table, the divorce on the table. I was finalizing the payments and everything 2-3 years later. I just wanted to eat and have fun with Queen Feet, right? But what I noticed is as I was gaining weight, so you can't do this to women, but the amount of women who were in my comments, I could feel them patting my stomach from a mile away. Ooh, you done gained a little weight, haven't you? You looking a little big over there, big dog. Oh, somebody's eating good. All of this little bullshit. If I reciprocate the same energy to those women, oh boy, cancel me. Oh, you're fat shaming. Oh my God, you're the devil. I mean, the amount of comments, somebody had talked about my boobs. They were like, you need to do some push-ups. I was getting it all, right? So this shit is perpetuated, right? This shit is perpetuated throughout, and it's done by the women. So, so anybody who's fat here, anybody who's short here, anybody who had a small penis, and let me say this, small penis is relative. Anybody who's short, small penis, ugly, fat, all of those things are relative, but they are perpetuated and focused on by the women. They heighten how crazy or how much of an insecurity that stuff provides, right? So much. So I was looking at I think Justin LeBoy had posted something the other day. Um, and it was something about like the size of a man's penis or something. And I don't even remember what it was, but there was some women on there calling men with a 7-8 inch penis small. And I was like, God, what does your hardware look like down there? Because good God. I was like, damn. I mean, where'd you find that?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Like, oh my God. So I'm literally like, damn, like some of these women are crazy. Crazy. But that's the thing. And so these things are perpetuated by women, right? And so they'll make your penis, they'll make their penis jokes and make you feel weird about your penis. Even having most men will beat their chest and like, my shit, 8 inches, got a little something over here. Some women will be like, ah, and you be like, wait a minute. Like,
are you?
It's weird, right? And so a lot of people don't realize that. They'll look at you, some men will be 5'10". I've seen it. And women be like, 5'10"? Ugh. Right? Make you feel weird about being 5'10". When 5'10" is actually it's taller than the average height. And nowadays, everybody's ugly. Let some people tell it, right? And so now you walking around thinking you're ugly when it's like, no, you're not ugly. You need a skin regimen. Maybe if you just, clean up your diet a little bit, moisturize your face, you'll be all right? But there are all of these things that are going on that are perpetuated by women, right? For men. So nonetheless, you can have these issues or these, insecurities to go make more money because women said that your insecurities don't matter and you need to be able to pay if you can't meet these standards, right? And so, yeah, men will go get these things, go get this money, right? And so I'm saying all of that to say that men will do all of this to get the money so that they can go, please the woman or whatever and get the woman that they desire, right? To then still be at risk, right? So that's what I mean when I was getting to that whole like risky thing. Like it's risky. So I like, if I'm gonna do business with you, I like you to have a certain level, and I like to see a certain level of willingness to go and risk, right? Because business is risky. Stocks are risky, right? We're short on the market right now, but the market has been bullish for the last, I don't know how long. That's risky. That's risky, right? It's risky. So once again, that's kind of what I'm getting at here. I need to see a certain level of risk when it comes to business, and marriage is going to be the biggest telling factor of the risk that you're willing to take, right? It's the biggest telling factor. So, I agree, Eon. Yeah, they're probably gonna buy this up. But they are confirming this move now, but I'd like to see them buy it up. But anyway, number 2. So we went over risk. Number 2, responsibility. I think a lot of men are ducking and dodging responsibility. Right? They're trying to get out of responsibility. And the reason why I say that is because I seek out responsibilities. I'm looking to put more on my shoulders. My wife will tell you that now. For example, I got family members who maybe don't take care of their kids, right? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck them. Them my kids now. And so literally I'm like, hey, start an Amazon account for the mother of the children. Start an Amazon account. Now I'm not taking care of the mother because I got a wife already, right? And if I'm being honest with you, right? If I'm being honest, I gotta keep it honest. If I ain't hitting that ass, I ain't taking care of you, baby. Like that was his mistake. You laid down with him, right? Me and you, we don't have a. If I start taking care of you, I'm gonna want some head or something. I know that sounds bad, but I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. People don't be honest nowadays, right? I'm just being honest, okay? I'm just being honest. However, those kids are innocent little humans that did not ask to be brought in this toxic ass world that y'all created. My family member and you. So, because of that, I got those little innocent kids. So you start an Amazon account, right? And you build a wish list of clothes, toys, and whatever the fuck you need, diapers, whatever. And you send me that wish list, and once a month, I'll just take care of the wish list, baby. Because I got those little innocent kids, right? And so, yeah, my wife will tell you, I'm always looking to put more responsibility on my shoulders. Ben said, "Hey man, thank God Queen Fee took you out the gate." I'm telling you, man, I'm kind of savage. I try not to be, man. I try to, be a little more, but I'm just saying. But no, but I also have a heart, and so I'm gonna make sure I take care of those little, those innocent children because they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to sit through your fucking toxic relationship. So yeah, I got those kids. And so for me, like I said, putting more responsibility on your plate is stoic. It's like, I got this. I want to take care of more people. I got this, right? Honesty saves a lot of time and feelings. I'm trying to tell you, right? See, I'll be honest, even if it hurt your feelings. I used to tell all of my girlfriends that anybody I've ever dated, I said, look, sometimes you might not like what I say, but you'll never have to worry what I'm doing. You'll never have to worry. You'll never have to look through my phone because you wonder if I'm hiding another woman. No, I'll tell you. Hey, look, I saw this fine piece of something. She looked real good. I'm not going to lie. Now, I don't want to mess up what I got with us, but I do want to taste that. Now, we got a few options. How are we going to make this work and that? If me going over there means we can't work, I get it. I get it. I'll be honest with you. Right? I'll be honest with you. All right? Once again, most people don't like that. but I'm just saying, you never have to worry about my intentions though. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay? So yeah, we got to stop being afraid to be honest. That's right. Honesty is always better than deception. And fellas, let me just be real with y'all, man. I've had some experiences. Honesty actually gets you in the door. You really don't realize that, man. A lot of men don't know. Honesty will get you in the door. If you as good as the man you think you are, and you tell a woman exactly what I just said, hey, I saw this little thing. I don't even want to date her. I just want to hit that. And then I'm coming back to you. You'd be surprised how many women be like, I mean, you are the man. Just don't say nothing. I don't want to know about it. Just don't embarrass me. Okay. I can do that. Right? Just don't embarrass me, damn it. Free game 101. Fellas, be honest. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's right. Just don't be on camera. Take care of yourself. Make sure, don't put her at risk. Make sure safe. Keep it safe. There's things that you can do, right? Risk management 101. I'm telling y'all, everything goes right back to stock trading. Risk management 101. Most men, they be over there not even worried about the risk that he's taking, dipping his tool in this outside the house ass, right? Risking it for the biscuit. This is without having a stop loss, right? That's how you trade. And you wonder why you keep blowing your account. It's the same thing. All of these podcasts we're going to talk about tie into trading. People just don't realize it. They just don't realize it. That's it. So keep it real. Keep it real. All right. That's right. Bringing something back to home and wifey is crazy. That's right. So yeah, trading is life. Trading is life. People don't realize it. Right? So the next thing, once again, is that responsibility, y'all. I need to see you wanting to put on the responsibility, want to be there, want to be responsible. I need to see that. If I don't see that, I don't like it. And so there's no responsibility like bringing another woman or another person in your life. Like, hey, I got to take care of me. Yeah, that's cool. That's easy. But I now got to take care of her. And when them T-Rex arms come out, marriage ain't for me. If only I could reach my wallet, but I can't. Marriage is not. You want me to pay all of the rent? You want me to buy all the mortgage? It's all on me. All of the food. You shop on. My wife shop on Amazon. I swear, 20 Amazon packages come to the house every day. And I'm a fool because I look through all of them like my name gonna be on one of them. I'm like, okay, Felicia. Okay, all of these are yours, baby. Yes, you got to foot the bill for the Amazon account. You need to pay for the house. You need to pay for yeah. But see, that responsibility is what makes me get up, chart these fucking, stocks, make sure I'm on point. When I'm looking for a target to hit, that's what make me not touch that keyboard. I got T-Rex arms too. When it comes to sales, sometimes I'm like, no, I'm holding to the target. Right? I'm holding to the target. But that's what makes me move the way I move, because I know I got Amazon packages to buy, motherfucker. I got Amazon packages to buy. And I got things that, that I know I'm going to want to do, and to take care of my wife, to take care of my family, right? It's the responsibility that makes me who I am, who makes me go as hard as I go, who makes me as creative as I am. I be pulling things out the sky, and people are like, where you come up with that? I'm like, I don't know, but it's because I got this responsibility. I got another human's life. I got two humans' lives in my hand. Actually, 4, because I got employees too, right? I say 4, but it's really more than that. But the main employee is Christian, of course, right? Christian ain't going nowhere. Everybody else, it just depends, right? It just depends. I can't see my life without having Christian as my right hand man. Like, he just handled business. He's made himself irreplaceable, right? If somebody else make themselves irreplaceable, then we'll have a talk. But Christian has made himself irreplaceable. So once again, I got his life in my hand, and he got kids, and he got people he got to take care of. So once again, I take on those responsibilities because I'm like, look, I got to be better. I got to do more because they rely on me, right? I need a man to partner with that's like that, right? If we're going to partner, I need the man that I'm partnering with to have that type of mentality, right? Why? Because now you got shit to lose. So now I know the way we move and do business, you're not going to be that scammy and that stupid to where you're going to risk your freedom. You're not going to do no illegal shit because you got a wife at home. You got family to take care of, right? And some people still do it, but it's less likely. So once again, you got risk combined with responsibility. That's a good combination, because too much risk, not enough responsibility makes you a wild man. But you got just enough risk, good amount of responsibility. It evens out that risk to reward and responsibility, right? That's it. It balances it out. That's what I need, right? That's what I need. And then the number 3 thing, I'm gonna stop it on this one. The number 3 thing is trustworthiness. I need to be trustworthy. And I think a lot of times men don't get married because they're not trustworthy. And they know that if they get married and live with someone, that someone is gonna see all of your shit. They'll see everything. They're going to see that you cry at night in a fetal position. They're going to see everything, right? They're going to see all of, because a woman, scratch that, a partner, a mate, a wife, a husband, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a living situation is a mirror, right? It's a mirror of either how good you are or how bad you are. If you shitty in your real life, your partner gonna show you that you shitty in your real life. And so once again, I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh, you're not getting married because you don't want to see how shitty you are. Got it. We're not doing business together. That's how I think. Now, once again, somebody gonna still say, but what if they just don't want to get married? What if they not shitty? What if they do have the risk-taking abilities? And what if they do have responsibility? I don't think most people will override that and still be single. I just don't. I don't. I usually think people don't get married for one of those three things. You shitty as a person at heart, and you know a woman gonna call you out about that. And it's gonna make you feel like lesser than a man. Number two, you don't want the responsibility because either you're trying to do some wild, risky shit, or you just don't want to man up and take responsibility, accountability, right? And then number three, you're just not a good risk taker. You're not good at taking risk. And all three of those things, I need you to have those qualities if we're gonna run this race together. If not, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little worried. Now I'll give you time. And somebody, I give you time. Somebody asked me, well, what's a good age or a good time frame to say, okay, you need to be married by this time or this date, or I can't trust you. I'd say mid-30s, early 40s, right? I'll give it a range because, and the only reason I'm giving it that much of a range now is because there's a lot of trashy ass women out here nowadays. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. There's a lot of trash out here that you got to filter through to get to the quality. I'll be honest. There's a lot of trash, right? So I'll give you that. Not only that, I'm giving that much of a grace period because most men who end up in a position where they're getting good money, they're successful financially. A good amount won't reach that level of success until mid-30s, early 40s, right? And so I also want to give you the time. Like I want to give my fellas, I want to give you the time to get the money, to get you some fun, have you some fun while you got the money, then settle down. Because 9 times out of 10, if you were, hustling and busting your ass to get that type of money, that type of success, you didn't have time to hunch and munch, right? So I want to give you the time to hunch and munch on your women and, do your thing, have your fun before I expect you to settle down and then we start doing business together. So I like to be realistic, right? So it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a chance to do your thing. But if you're 45, 50, shit, if you're 38, and see, I look at it in multiple ways. If you're 38, 37, and you've been rich or financially successful since you were 30, 28, and you're not married, you had plenty of time to fuck off. You've been rich, or you've been had decent amount of money. Now I'm gonna start looking at you like, I don't know. Right? I don't know. She said it's too late for some. Don't ostracize us female mentees, please. What do you consider as ostracizing? Oh, you said these men out here trash, but I ain't saying. Look, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Both sexes are out here trash. I'm not gonna play that game where we throwing shit at one side or the other. Yeah, both of them trash, right? Both of them trash, right? I'm a man that experiences the female plethora of females, right? So I can only speak for what I've, indulged in. And yeah, I had to pick a few out the bunch. I was like, no, you ain't it. You ain't it. You ain't it. So y'all gotta understand. Because I think, especially in our culture, I think we've been bamboozled. We've been duped. We've been had. I think this culture has been built in a way where it's you against me, the battle of the sexes, right? Oh, the men suck. No, the women suck. No, both of y'all motherfuckers suck. And that's why y'all arguing. That's why y'all arguing amongst each other. I don't hear white people doing that. I don't hear Indian people doing that. I don't hear nobody else doing it. It's just only in our culture. Everybody want to throw shit at each other. No, both of y'all suck. Now get together and kiss. Shut up. Shit. Right? So anyway, I do think that there is trash on both sides. Right? There's trash on both sides. I can't speak to men because I don't date men. And I need ladies to have a good enough or to be emotionally intelligent enough to hear me say that there's a lot of trashy women out here and go, that makes sense why he talking on women, because he date women, duh, Tay, okay, I get it, you date women, that's why you can say that they're trash, right? I can't speak for the men because I'm not dating these motherfuckers. As a matter of fact, in the competition of mandom, see, in men world, it's always you against me, right? Or man against man, right? So in the man world, she said, thank you. I just needed to hear you say men are trash. Just one time. Yeah, there's a lot of trash men out here. Don't get me wrong. I get it, right? I get it. But I can't say that, in totality because I don't experience it. But once again, in the man world, where it's me against you, I know I can say that they're trash or there's a lot of trash men out here because I look left, I look right, and I see what my competition look like, and I set my standard of performance to outbeat or outweigh the other men. And that's how I can say that it's a lot of trash out here because I look at how easy it is, right? Once again, I could have had my fun and been, I already told you I'm gonna give y'all one more, for my single fellas, I'm gonna give y'all the game, one more gem before we get off here. I'm gonna tell y'all want to have some fun. There's a certain group of women that you want to date, that you want to talk to, right? Find you a career woman who's either a nurse or somewhere in the medical field, a lawyer, or somewhere in the legal field, or just an overall professional who's super focused on her career. Those are the fun women. Why? Because a lot of them, they don't want a relationship. Because they focus on their... Now, let me not say that. I think most women still want a relationship. But a lot of times, they've given up on a relationship because they're super hyper-focused on their jobs, their careers. Right? They super focused. They're like, no. Just give me some sex. Let's lunch. Let's hunch and munch. And then I'm going back to my career. Those are the best. Right? And so you telling me I could have stayed over there and done my thing, but no. I wanted to be married, right? So so yes, definitely, that's how you do it, fellas. If you got your bag right, keep your body somewhat right. And Chris said these nurses are trash these days. I don't know, Chris. I can find you some that that'll make it, What was that? What was it? Animaniacs, I think. Hello, nurse. I'll find you something to make you go, hello, nurse. All right. For real. Especially them traveling nurses. I had a traveling nurse from Detroit. I ain't even gonna, we ain't gonna go there. All right. But anyway, man. Trust me. If you want to have some fun and you don't want the responsibility or you don't want to settle down right now, I'm telling you, that's the way to go. All right? That's the way to go. Okay? I'm only saying it because, Some of y'all be dating women and y'all don't know how to pick women. Some of y'all be dating women to just have fun and have sex and be, cool. But those are like women that want relationships. And then some of y'all want a relationship. You be dating a woman who don't want a relationship. She's like, no, I'm focused on my career. And then you wondering why you keep getting rejected. So I'm trying to give y'all a little game. That's all. Right? So hopefully that makes sense for a lot of y'all. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I got a one-on-one I need to meet with. So Sean, are you here? He probably on here now. I'm getting ready to head to you, fam. We can knock this out. So yeah, we're gonna be good to go, man. We're gonna be good to go. Let's see. There he is. Here. There he is. All right, man. Let's get it. Let me see. I'm gonna say this one last thing. And yeah, so we have a buy zone right here on the ES. So yeah, they came down to test these buyers, but I still think they're gonna try to bounce it. So we got our puts, and then if y'all want to maybe even take let me see what the S&P 500 SPY looks like. It might be a good hedging opportunity again. So we got out of our first hedge. Nah, don't hedge it until you get down here. Never mind. I need to see it get down here. 519 will be the hedge area. All right. Other than that, let's keep hedging in life so we can secure the bag. All right. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Other than that, stay safe, study up, go get you some responsibility. We out.
Secure the bag with 1017 Scoochie. Yeah, Puerto Rico, East Atlanta. Well, Miami. My money machine go beep, I love the sound that it make. Plus all the racks I'm count, I think that my machine about to break. Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These private flights, Miami nice, these Gucci bags full of cash. So when Tay Sweat from Puerto Rico, we go hard for the cheese. It's all legit, we making grip, they think I'm still selling keys. I just Cartier my eyes, cost by G's.